Last week, I provided a complete breakdown of my investment portfolio, and I mentioned there were a few changes that I was looking to make in the upcoming weeks. One of those changes being how can I move $1,200 from my E-Trade brokerage account to my checking account without having to pay a $49.99 early withdrawal fee. So in this video, I'm going to provide an update on this account and its impact to my overall debt-free journey, followed by an overview of my budget for this pay period.
You just got to get started.
Welcome to my channel. I'm Harlan D. White, and on my channel, I'm currently documenting my journey of eliminating almost $50,000 in debt. And so each week I provide an update on my debt-free journey, as well as share lessons learned along the way. So if you're interested in content like this, you can definitely support by hitting that like button if you like the video. So I was actually able to figure out a way that I could move my money out of my E-Trade brokerage account without having to pay the $49.99 fee. Basically, they have this fee in place to discourage short-term trading of their no load, no transaction fee mutual funds that are held less than 90 days. The issue that I had with this was that I had opened my index fund in the May 2020 timeframe, and I had been putting $25 a week dollar cost averaging into that fund since that point in time. So to me, I felt like I should be able to move my $1,200 out of my E-Trade account without having to pay a $49.99 early withdrawal fee for having held the fund for less than 90 days. But long story short, after many hours of trying to get in contact with E-Trade, I finally reached someone and my plea was denied. So what I ended up doing instead was I went back and I saw which shares that I had held on to for longer than 90 days. I actually gave myself a buffer. I looked at maybe a little over 100 days, and then I ended up selling those shares so that I can avoid paying the $49.99 early withdrawal fee. As a result, I was able to move an additional $797 into my checking account, and that amount of money is included in this week's budget. Additionally, I've stopped my contributions to this particular fund, and once all of my shares have been in there for over 90 days, I intend to pull out the remaining balance from my E-Trade account and apply that to debt. That leads me to my debt-free journey update before jumping into my budget for this pay period. So here's my updated debt tracker. Since last week, I've been able to pay $500 towards my credit card number 3, as well as put an additional $650 towards my federal taxes as a result of the additional money that I received from my E-Trade brokerage account. However, the total amount of debt I've reduced since last week is actually only $942 because as I was looking over my federal tax numbers, I made an error last week in that calculation. So I've updated that in this particular debt tracker and we should be good to go going forward. So the total remaining debt that I have is $18,679. And the total amount of debt that I've reduced since May 2020 is $30,989. Okay, now let's jump into my YNAB budget for this particular pay period. And if you're not familiar, YNAB is the tool that I use for budgeting, tracking my spending, keeping an eye on my account balances, as well as reporting. And it's been a huge help in my debt-free journey. Additionally, I use Google Sheets to help me with forecasting and as a budget template. So you'll see me referencing that as I complete my zero-based budget. All right, so here is my budget for the second paycheck of February 2021. Total amount to be budgeted is $3,697.45. So I'll just quickly walk through this starting from the top. The first category that I'm going to budget for is my charity category. And the total amount that's going in there is $82. All right, the next category that I'm going to fund is my emergency fund. As I just mentioned, I cashed out my E-Trade or a portion of my E-Trade brokerage account. A portion of that went towards paying off additional debt, and the rest is pretty much coming to the emergency fund. All right, the next category that I am going to fund is my fire category, and I basically changed up the category names under it. And so I have stocks and cryptocurrency. So I'm putting another $100 towards cryptocurrency this pay period. Next is my housing, which is $400. Next is eating out. I'm going to put $50 towards this category. and then $25 towards my alcohol and grocery category. All right, if we scroll down a little bit further, next are my debt payments that I want to tackle. And I'm going to put an additional $650 towards my IRS debt and $500 towards my credit card number 3. And that's pretty much the minimum payment for that particular debt, so that's why it's $500. Next is my family category, where there's another $850 going here. And then my education category, so I have $14.95 going to Audible, and then another $10 that's going to go towards a book. Okay, next are my personal care items. Household, I'm putting $20. Personal care, I have some already in there, so I am just going to put an additional $860. All right, clothing, I am adding another $75. As some of you know, I like to do powerlifting, and I'm in the process of bulking. And so last time I gained weight, or I lost weight, I threw away or gave away all of those clothes, so I probably need to buy some more. Next is my cell phone. I partially funded it last pay period, so I'm going to fund the rest. And then internet. All right, so as you can see up here, I still have $251.28 to budget. So the next area I'm going to budget for is fitness, and I have another $15 going towards supplements. And then gas, there is $17.98. And I'm sure I went through all the budget and that was what was left, and I put it towards gas. I probably won't have to use it, but it's there just in case. Next is my content creation category, so Adobe gets $56.30. VRA is $97, and then Epidemic Sound is $15, which I barely use, so I'm thinking about that one. And then the last area is miscellaneous. I'm putting another $50 towards that. I loaned out some money for $50, and so assuming I get it back, then I will look to budget where that needs to go. But other than that, that is my budget for this particular pay period. All right, that's it. That's the video. If you like the video, please remember to like the video. Helps me out tremendously. Hit that subscribe and notification bell to be notified of any future videos. And if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comment section below. Until next time.